YBETV. You know what I'm saying? I seen something that was disturbing today on Facebook, and that was Floyd Maywheather. Sad case, man. Like, he's actually dumb enough to buy into these spoofs. And what I mean by that is, what all these other organizations are becoming spoofs. Now, you got a group of black people that said we sick and tired and fed up with being treated like garbage by the police. You know what I'm saying? And they decided to form an organization called Black Lives Matter. Now, all these other organizations are coming out the woodwork, and they are saying, like, white lives matter and all lives matter. Now, the thing about, let's first start off with white lives matter. Let's knock that out first and foremost. White lives matter. Why in the hell would you come out and design a group just so you could say, I got a grievance with this other group of people having a grievance? Why not address your own grievances is all I'm going to say. Like, that makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, what is the purpose of a group of people waving signs saying white lives matter like they got a grievance with something? Because, like, if it was no Black Lives Matter, it wouldn't be no White Lives Matter. Now, the thing is that I'm not nowhere near racist. And I want to get that out the way to say that generalizations of people is some of the most dangerous shit that you could ever do in life. So I'm not going to generalize all white people or a big group of white people. I'm just going to talk about the White Lives Matter people. Why are y'all wasting y'all energy, family? Why not? If you're going to name it White Lives Matter, I have absolutely no problem with that. I would sign up for White Lives Matter if you were actually fighting a real grievance you got, like the lack of nutrition in public schools. Fight that. The sources of water that's in your neighborhood, in the community, in the country, how water sources are not being upgraded, but iPhones are. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's fight with that. Let's fight about finance in the schools. We need to start teaching these children finance in the schools. Now, if White Lives Matter was for that, I would be a part of White Lives Matter. I would definitely go and sign the fuck up. I'd be like, hey, I'm here for the sign up for White Lives Matter. But what the hell is your grievance? Is what I want to know. White Lives Matter. Anybody that's with it, associated with it, tag somebody who is with it. I want to know that answer. And I'm not asking in no dickheaded way. I just want to honestly know, like, what is your grievance? Now, we're going to go back to Black Lives Matter. Floyd Mayweather had the audacity to say this right here.
So I'm here to say all lives matter. You know, a lot of times we get stuck. We get stuck, and we're followers. When you hear one person say, Black Lives Matters or Blue Lives Matters, all lives matters.
Now, to add to that, the part that kind of got me is when this dude says, we need to obey or something like that. I forgot it. This is what he said right here.
And what I learned from boxing, what everyone could take in real life, is follow directions, follow order.
Now the problem with all these things is, like, did he not see what happened to a lot of people due to the police in the news? First, I'm gonna name a black person. Black guy selling cigarettes, end up dead. He did not put nobody's life in danger. He just got the shit choked out of. Now, I want to talk about a white boy. It was a young white dude. Police grabbed him out of his car, tased him. He passed out. They grabbed his little ass, dragged him to the edge of the concrete, and just dropped him face first. And his body was totally limp. I have a problem with that, with the white guy and the black guy. I think that is a misuse of power, and you have no right to treat people like that. So Black Lives Matter has a problem with law enforcement. Let me clear something up. Black Lives Matter, from what my understanding is, does not want to single out white law enforcement. It is all law enforcement. Because if Black Lives Matter is anything like me, Yes, I have a problem with law enforcement treating me a certain type of way. I've been called nigger on a few occasions. I've been told to get out of my car, where's the guns and the drugs. And it takes everything in me not to say, motherfucker, I make more than you. Why I gotta sell guns or drugs or have guns and drugs on me because I have a nice car. Now moving on to All Lives Matter. The biggest fucking hypocrites out the whole discussion. Now this is the problem that I got with All Lives Matter. Do you understand what the definition of all is? Do you? Because all lives matter, right? Now let's think about what has life. Plants, animals, and human beings. So that means that you got a whole lot of motherfucking ground to cover. You need to cover plants, animals, and human beings. So which means that you need to be a vegan. If you gonna say all lives matter, you need to be a vegan. How in the fuck can you say all lives matter and then walk into Ruth's Chris and order a steak? Did that cow life matter to you? Because the last time I checked into it, beef comes from a cow, and the cow gets his ass slaughtered. When you walk into that a grocery store and you buy that milk, I'm just saying, like, that cow is getting raped consistently and fucking constantly. So if all lives matter, why the fuck you ain't no vegan? Is what I'm saying. So moving on, what I want to say is this. Quit forming organizations to troll another organization with a grievance. If you have a grievance, name your organization and sign up. Because all lives matter. And to Floyd Maywheather, I wish this make it to you. I want to address your ignorance, bro. When you say honor and what you need to obey and blah, 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 and follow directions and obey type shit, whatever you said, you need to go back and look at some footage. Because from what I've seen, that little white boy was obeying when he got tased. And then when he got tased, he ain't had no choice to obey but to obey. He was unconscious and they still dropped him on his shit. It's been guys with their hands in the air and they got shot. They were obeying. And the last one I seen, it was a fucking guy. He was running. Yeah, that's true. But he got on the ground, laid flat out on the concrete and put his hands up. And they still kicked him right in the side of the fucking head. So I don't know what the fuck obey is. Maybe you talking about the seasoning that they use for seafood. That obey seasoning. Because I don't know what the hell you talk. You know what? Floyd, you probably took too many punches to the head. That's what it is. You don't understand. You know what? That's what it's got to be. Only thing I'm going to say is don't spoof, don't taunt, don't troll. And for the all lives matter people, you got a lot of battles to be fighting. Soon as something happen in the LGBT community, we need to see you there. When Peter is hosting a protest and talking about the cruel mistreatment of animals in these slaughterhouses and how they want to shut down the slaughterhouses, we need to see the all lives matter people there. When they are cutting down trees for no good reason to make room for an expressway, the all lives matter people need to be there. So if you're not doing those things, you don't meet the requirements to say all lives matter. And even if you are saying that, you need to say that on a separate agenda than Black Lives Matter. Because the last time I checked, we have the rights to discuss and protest our grievances in this country. And if you don't like that, you don't like the idea of freedom. And if you don't like freedom, maybe you need to lead a country. This is Tunchi. This is Y.B.E.T.V. If you don't want to end up in a box, think outside of it. Y.B.E.
Drug dealing and killing is going on in my town. It don't take a killer to kill or a driller to drill. See, just being yourself is the definition of real.